With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Sheriff, at this stage, can you clarify, by what you're doing, are you literally disbanding the program, reorganizing it, bringing people back, making them reapply, or what? I'm a little confused over what you're...
I am not disbanding the program. We already know that we have appropriate backgrounds that were done. We've already done that audit. The only thing that I am doing is recalling the badges. And we are in the process. The PSRs, we've had about 20 or so who volunteered to be part of a committee to come up with some identification, something that will clearly identify them so that they can go about and do their jobs within the department and be clearly identified as part of the Orange County Sheriff's Department. So the program is not going to be reorganized. It's working very well in the structure it is today. The only issue I had was with the badges.
And how many are still outstanding?
So far, we have about 470 in the program. We've had 197 badges returned, and we have 10 people who have decided to separate from the program.
So if I understand correctly, Sheriff, minus the opinion from the California Attorney General's office, you would not be doing this?
I would certainly review the existing laws, but based on the Attorney General opinion, it's pretty clear to me that the Attorney General said that if it looks like a badge, it doesn't mean that it has to look like our badge that we carry, because as you know, there's a number of types of badges. There's shields, there's any number of badges out there from different law enforcement agencies. My concern is this. The badges that were issued to the PSRs, if I saw it around someone's neck or I saw it on their belt, I would assume, and I've been in law enforcement for 30 years, I would assume that that is a police officer. And I think the public would ask even fewer questions. Do I think that they're going to do anything inappropriate? No, I don't. But if that badge became lost and or stolen and it's used, I'm the one who issued it. And anything that results from that, the Attorney General says, is a liability to me and up to the Sheriff's Department and to the county.
So this is not about suspicions of the inappropriate use of these badges from the previous administration?
No.
Is there any of that in your thinking at all?
About inappropriate use?
Yeah.
No. I mean, we would deal with that on a case-by-case basis, but as I said, these folks have been vetted. They've had backgrounds done. They've been with this organization for a long time. And the people that are in the program today, we have no issues.
But it is inappropriate behavior with sort of the lightning rod. Take a look at this program.
Yes, that's certainly entered into it, absolutely.
What do other agencies hand out? They have programs like this, don't they?
Right. Everybody is kind of across the board on how people handle that. I think that since the Attorney General opinion was released, that there's been a lot of concern about giving badges to any non-sworn classification, even employees of the department. And I can tell you, I just came back from California State Sheriff's Conference, and it was a topic of discussion around the state. There was an effort to get further clarification in the form of a bill from the state legislature, and the bill, we couldn't find an author to carry it. So.
Sheriff, what is the deadline for those who have not turned in the badges?
I have not issued a deadline, but we're tracking that, and we're certainly not going to let it go on for months. We're going to, but we've requested them all back. I have not issued a specific deadline.
And for the sake of clarity, how many have informed your office that they've either lost them or they've been stolen?
Of the current, on the current badge recall,
Right.
I'm not aware of any. Are you? I'm not aware of any on this last recall. The previous recall under the prior administration, there were about 40. I think 2 of those have been turned in since we asked for these to be returned.
So there are 40 badges out there that have been lost or stolen, not from your administration, but from Sheriff Runs.
They were reported lost and or stolen. Yeah, and a report was taken.
Are you disappointed with the turnout of less than half the people turning back their badges so far?
No, we just began this, so I'm sure that we will continue and contact them, and I'm sure we'll get cooperation.
What if they put it in acrylic What if they put it in a box of plastic and set
We
it?
talked about that, and yeah, we talked about that. I talked about that to the PSRs at a meeting about a week ago, and I would be more than happy to put it in, lucite, a big block of lucite to display, and that I'm fine with that. It's hard to carry it in your pocket.
There'll be no badges in the future program.
I'm sorry?
There will be no badges in the future program.
Correct.
Sure, this has nothing to do with the reserves. The reserves will still go through what they've done, they'll still have the badge. This is strictly this group.
This is a absolutely. This is a volunteer program. The reserve program is a different program.
How many badges have been taken away because of inappropriate behavior?
I am only aware, and only from news reports, that there was one or two, but not since I've been.
Sure. The 14,000 hours that you said were donated, how far back does that go?
That's year to date, this year.
This year?
Yes.
Okay. And is that quantifiable, or is it still
Yes.
self-reported?
No, it's quantifiable.
Well, the suggestion of this was all started by the former sheriff. As a political way to raise money, are we dismissing those allegations at this point?
No, I'm not weighing in on those allegations. I have not been involved in, obviously, the investigation, and I know Mr. Heidel has made that allegation. I don't have any evidence to that effect, and so I'm sure that will be discussed in the trial. But
So whose jurisdiction does that lie in now to follow up on that?
it's in the court. It's in the court. I'm going to let some of the PSRs talk about what they do now.
Good afternoon, Dr. Kenneth Chang. I volunteer with the Search and Rescue Team Reserve Unit here on the department. Done that for the last 2 years. Part of my duties are providing medical aid for whether it be the victims that we're searching for, the hikers, or fellow PSRs or other communities.
Doctor, do you think the program got black eye in this bad publicity? It's misrepresented?
Well, unfortunately, this press conference isn't about my opinion, but I feel that what I am doing is I am providing service for not only the department, but for the community. And I feel that it's our responsibility to be able to do that. Whether there's a black eye or not, I turn my badge in. I'm continuing to serve because I'm not doing this for the badge.
Did the badge assist you in doing the work that you did?
I'm in the wilderness at 2 o'clock at night, or 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's irrelevant.
Good afternoon, my name is Fred Arno. I've been working with a number of the individual contract city units, preparing annual reports and taking photography so that they can be held accountable to the funding agency for the work that they do. My ambition has been to get those reports to be self-contained so that they can be taken over by the explorers or by other administrative units within the paid force. My expertise in using computers and photography has enabled me to set up templates and take this out of